Broadcasting live from the Vegas Video Network studios, just steps from the Las Vegas Strip, it's Talktails! And now our host, she's our very own kaleidoscope of talent. What? It's Kelly Clinton!
To Talktails on the Vegas Video Network. I am your host, Kelly Clinton Holmes. Thank you so much. Oh my God, the energy in the room right now. We're waiting and waiting for weeks because a few weeks ago we had this guest booked and it was such a score, such a feat, such a wonderful, exciting yes, and then he couldn't make it. But everything is fine now, and as soon as I said, will you consider coming back now to do a makeup show, he said, yes, 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 and he is here. He is a headliner at the Flamingo Hotel, and he has got the best 10 o'clock show in town. Comedian, writer, actor, movie star, George Wallace is here. He's 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 here. Stop. Okay. Also, before we meet George, I want to introduce you to our family here at the Vegas Video Network on Talktails. Our orchestra. I don't know if George knew that there was an orchestra here today. I mean, this orchestra is one person. It is so, and his name is Kenny Davidson.
Hello.
Yes. Playing at the Tuscany, headlining over there, also at Don't Tell Mamas, but I had the pleasure of working with Kenny
this Friday,
and it was so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you. I had a blast.
No, it was really fun. And the check cleared. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Barely.
It was great. We'll talk more about that. I also want to say hello to our Vegas Video Network, the person who founded the network and has so many shows on, and I'm happy to be on this show, Talktails, Mr. Scott Whitney. Hi. Hi, Scott.
Kelly, how are you?
I'm great. You know what's great is that you came by the Tuscany on Friday night.
I did.
To support and
drink.
To drink, yeah. Always to drink. But you jammed with us, man.
I played a little drums.
Yeah, I mean, I knew you were a guitar player, but I didn't know you played drums.
It was a lot of fun. And the best part was texting back and forth with Kenny, because Kenny would send me songs like, how about this song? I'm like, well, that's a crappy drum song. Sounds great. How about this song? Well, that's a crappy drum song, too.
Because you're a rocker. Because you're really a rocker, right?
Well, I do a little rock. I was in a jazz band for a very long time in high school, so I can jazz a little bit, too. But I had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
There's so much more to Scott Whitney, ladies and gentlemen.
There is.
Every day we find out more and more. I just saw the Crown Royal and the Honey Jack, but there's a lot.
More to me to that.
What?
Look at me today. I'm drinking water.
What happened? Is everything okay?
I'm just prepping for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the big roast is tomorrow night, and we're going to be up late and roasting the former host of Talktails, Chris Phillips. And I'm excited about that. Ooh, get ready to fry.
We've got a pretty cool thing going, don't we, Kelly?
Yeah, Scott and I collaborated on the roast, so I'll be presenting it, but just keep in mind that it wasn't all my fault. That's all I know. That's the way I look at it. Oh, can I tell you about another show that Clint and I went to with a buddy of George's, Earl Turner, and his wife Christine, and also Jerry Metellus and his wife Heidi. We went to see the Men of Soul out at the Cannery. And
who are the Men of Soul?
What?
Who are the Men of Soul?
Well, the Men of Soul are, let me look at my notes. No, Howard Hewitt, who used to be the lead singer of Shalimar, and Freddie Jackson, who had a million hits, and Peebo Bryson. Oh my Lord! and Jeffery Osbourne.
Oh,
and it was so cool. It was so cool. Yes. And they were so great. And so, you know, we're all having a great time. I think there were so many people there. And all the guys sing, and then Jeffery is on last, Jeffery Osbourne, right? And do you remember that song? When you woo woo, when you woo woo woo, when you woo woo woo, right?
I do remember that.
When you woo woo woo, you'll be mine, all mine. When you woo woo, right? So keep going, Ken, keep playing. So he goes in the audience. First of all, I thought Jeffery Osbourne was like really tall, and you know what? He's really not very tall at all. No. And then, and then he wore this shirt. He had a suit and a tie and everything, and then it's like he was taking a little bit off at a time. He looked like he was going to church at first, and then it looked like he was going to a crazy wild club because he had like a net T-shirt on, and you could see you could see his washboard his stomach. Tuners. And he had a radio on there.
Nice.
There were two knobs on there the whole time. Keep playing, Ken. Yeah. So he comes in the audience and he starts having people do the woo woo woo.
Oh yeah.
And there was this great hot singer, this soulful chick. Her name is Stephanie, and she said, "Wah!" She was singing all over the woo. Not like that, way better. But and then he went to another, and a guy was like woo 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 woo, right? It was so cool. And then he says, you know what? I really need a white person to sing it this time.
All
you know,
right.
and I'm thinking, hey, maybe Clint, you know, will be okay because he's half white, right? And it just seemed at that moment that 2,000 people turned around and looked right at me.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I never felt so white in my life. You know what I mean? I mean, it was a very interesting experience.
You are pretty white, just so you know.
You don't think I'm tan right now?
Well, you're kind of white.
Aren't I kind of orangey right now? I'm a little orangey and spotted. Anyway, it was so cool. Long story short, too late for that. I did not sing.
What? You didn't woo woo woo?
I didn't want to, you know, Earl Turner sitting over there, Clint Holmes over here, and then, like, I get all the attention, you know. I just didn't want to upstage them, and that's why I didn't do it. Thank you very much. That's my Men of Soul story. Anyway, okay, I had one more thing I wanted to say.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
Wait a minute.
What?
I don't believe this.
What, you saying I should have sung?
Yes, you should have sang.
Well, I didn't. First of all, I didn't get it, because this was when I first found out I wasn't black, was that night. I'm serious. I was like, what? I was like looking behind me and around me, and then I figured out they were looking at me. I know. No, it was too crazy. I couldn't do it. But it was weird. All right, let's move on.
Did you kind of want to do it, though?
I did want to kind of do it.
Yeah, I thought so.
I had been drinking. Not that I drink. You always want me to drink, but I was drinking because we had dinner with him, had lots of wine. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was like, Joan Rivers, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. Oh, anyway, can I say a quick plug for myself?
Yes.
June 1st, I'm headlining at the Suncoast Hotel, and I want to invite you all out. I'm doing my one-woman show called Freckled for Life, and I have a few new surprises, a few new characters in there, and my special guest is Tara Paulsha from Vegas the Show, who is not just a great dancer who can make her legs go like that, but she's a great singer too, and we're going to do some funny stuff. So please come to that. And I think I've taken up enough of your time. We got to get ready for the great George Wallace, headlining at the Flamingo. You know him from television and movies. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with more Talktails and George Wallace!
3, 2, 1. Oh, I need to come up with something funny to say. 3, 2, 1. Wow. But the co-host. Really, I have to say watching. Well, I'm doing.
That's how you do it. You dare
Really?
watch. There
Okay.
you go.
I got it.
We are the Odds Couple.
Hi, my name is Scott Pritchard.
And I am Anthony Padilla.
You're watching the Vegas Video Network.
You are.
You are. We are too.
Welcome back to Talktails. I am your host, Kelly Clinton-Holmes, and I'm so thrilled to be joined by my guest I've been watching him on television for years. He's one of the funniest men in the universe, and he's got his own show that he directs, produces, and performs in at the Flamingo, the best 10 p.m. show starring Mr. George Wallace. Say hello to George. Yay!
It's such a pleasure to be with you. And talking about the Flamingo, it's been so nice being in Las Vegas and me being different. By the way, these are my glasses. You see, these are these $2 glasses that you buy on the street. The ones you can't lose. You know, the ones you pay $1,000 for?
Yes!
You can lose. You cannot get rid of these glasses. No. I left them on the airplane and they shipped them to me. But it's just nice being here. And you know what, being in Las Vegas, I came here for 30 days. I talked to your husband. I came here for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And I'm into my 10th year. Can you believe that?
Wow, 10 years? Are you serious?
Yeah, and actually, we've broken records all 10 years. Every night, I've actually worked and headlined in Las Vegas longer than any African-American ever.
Wow.
How about that?
You know what? And 10 years is
Red
long.
Fox, Sammy Davis Jr., Lena Horne. It's been an honor to be here in Las Vegas. It's been nice too every night. And plus, when you run your own show, you know that means you do all of the marketing, you do all of the advertising. I do everything. So I don't work for the hotels like most people do.
And it's such hard work you do. And I mean, seriously, I mean, Las Vegas has changed so much, right?
Are you kidding? Las Vegas has changed so much. The hotels used to care for you, the entertainer directors. Now they got young kids in here, have no idea what the hell they're doing, don't know how to take care of entertainers. It's just all about the bottom line now.
They move up from valet.
They move up from valet. That's true story. You're kidding, but that's true story.
I'm serious.
And so Vegas has changed. I remember when I first came here, I used to want to do anything. Hotel, take a car, give them a limousine. Now they don't give you nothing. They don't take you. But you know, I'm still happy and I'm still blessed to be here in Las Vegas.
You're making it work and you're taking the reins. So I know that you have a degree in marketing and advertising, right? And transportation.
Oh, let's get you. See, the first degree is in transportation. Now, most Americans have no idea what a degree in transportation is. And I tell people every night I have to, because last week I had to put some flowers on my daddy's grave, and I want to do it because he still owes me for cutting the grass. But I thought about any man that put me through 7 years of college deserved flowers on the grave. And then when I said 7 years of college, put me through 7 years of school, people start laughing again. Then I have to stop and explain to them, wait a minute, before you start laughing, I have a degree in transportation. Now, how many of you smart asses know what a degree in transportation is? Then I have to explain it. Now, most people fail to realize that the shirt on your back, the shoes on your feet, the chairs we're sitting in, the lights, all had to get to you through some form of transportation. Transportation happens to be the #1 industry in the world. So people don't know that, and I have to explain that because there's not too many people, not too many schools offer a degree in transportation. It's so complicated.
What do you do with a degree in transportation?
Well, a degree in transportation,
kind of
like I said, you schedule. It's the process of moving goods and services to people and services. Just like your dress had to get to you through some way through a store, the television had to get to you some way through trucking. Now there are 5 forms of modes of transportation. You got truck, you got rail, you got airline, you got pipe, and you got water. So these are all forms of transportation that gets goods and services to the people of the world. How about that? Now,
I'm impressed with George. I'm telling you right now.
And my second degree is in marketing and advertising. Now, before I started comedy 35 years ago, I was vice president of the world's largest outdoor advertising agency. Everything in New York City, Times Square, the billboards, the spectacular, all of the buses in New York City. Well, yes, I sold that space.
Are you serious?
Yes, I did.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is amazing. I was a smart young kid. I was a young kid. You know what? I didn't realize at the time I was a young little black kid in a Jewish world. And they taught me so much about the business. And it's amazing what happens in advertising in that little tight world in New York City, selling advertising.
It's everything, isn't it?
Everything, yeah. You make a lot of money, too.
Yes. So comedy, when you're first starting out,
yes,
you don't make a lot of money.
You didn't, but what I always wanted to do, I always wanted to make, to get myself saved, what do you call it, when you save money, a nest, like a nest.
IRA or
No, just a savings.
A Roth?
A nest egg. I always wanted
Thank you.
Who said that? People just shouting out shit.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that.
It's like an auction or
Listen
something.
to me. I wanted it, so I made a lot of money in advertising before I moved to California. I made a lot of money in advertising. So I saved up like $300 or $400. I said, okay, I can go. But I did that, and I moved to, and I've been a comedian ever since. I actually sold at a club in New York City called the Comic Strip. I sold them and put them on buses. And when I was walking out, I said, by the way, I do a little comedy act myself. They said, well, come back tomorrow night and audition, and we'll see what you do. I went on Friday night, and I've been on stage every night since then.
Awesome.
It's been a blessing.
Awesome.
It's been wonderful.
Thank you for doing that.
And guess who I started with, and I was roommate with for 13 years.
I'll pretend I don't know the answer.
It's a little boy, a little Jewish kid, and I taught him everything he knows. And some people call him Jerry.
Yeah.
Some people call him Seinfeld.
Yes.
I know him as Idiot. People ask me, say, what did George say? Come on, Idiot, let's go. You know, so
I love it.
Yeah.
But you started. That's because you can call him Idiot because you
know
started
what?
out
And I'm
together,
the only
right?
one. All the people that work for Seinfeld and all the people for the show, all of these people, because he's the boss, right?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Seinfeld. Yes, Jerry. I go, you got to be kidding. Idiot, let's go. And
so
he's
keep him grounded.
That's why we're such good friends today. And we've been best friends for 37 years. Can you believe that? I was best man in his wedding. And I went to his baby, the first boy that had the breast. That's the breast, right? And I went there and they told me, and I was honored to hold one of the legs. It's supposed to be the granddad and the dad.
Okay.
But Jerry wanted me to do it.
Wow.
And they got the baby drunk first. They gave the baby some wine and some money, whatever kind of wine it was. The baby was drunk before they circumcised the baby. They say some people fall out and cry. I mean, fall out and they just can't take it when they see that.
You mean the other people?
Somebody
the kids going, you're crying.
Well, the kid is drunk. He has no idea what's going on. But to this day, every day I walk into his house, that little boy looks at me like, I know you from somewhere.
So you guys came up in
New York City.
In the comedy scene.
Yes.
In the beginning when you were first kind of trying
when we
your
started
stuff
out, there was only like 25 comics in the business. You can name them on hand. Rodney Dangerfield, Johnny Carson, Red Fox, Richard Pryor. You could just go down Dean Martin. About 25.
And I'm so interested in how you found your style, because you definitely have a style. You know, what do people be thinking? Oh, no, I'd be thinking. So you come from the kind of questions that happen with you when you're reading the news or you're observing people.
The news is long. It's crazy. It's just like you're watching the weatherman and my good friend Anderson Cooper. Jerry and I just did Anderson Cooper not too long ago. And I was telling Anderson Cooper about sometimes the weatherman say stupid stuff. It was like it was back during the Hurricane Sandy. Remember that superstorm?
Of course, sure.
And he was out in New Jersey, and the water was up to his knee, and the wind was blowing, and it's getting up to 125 miles an hour now. And we're thinking, we can see that, you idiot. Get in the house. You don't need to be standing out there like that. And then he went out, Superstorm Sandy, he went out to the borough of Queens. Most people know, New Yorkers know that. And 80 houses were wiped off the block.
Yeah.
And he said to somebody, have you ever seen anything like this before? And it just pisses me off when people say stupid stuff like that. Have you ever seen anything like this before? 80 houses wiped off the block. Oh, you should have been here last week.
There were 90, right?
Exactly. See things, and I be thinking about things like that, and it doesn't stop. Las Vegas, if you can't laugh in Las Vegas, Kelly, you can't laugh anywhere. There's a store right up the street, across the street actually. It's called the world's largest gift shop.
Yeah, biggest gift shop.
It's called the Bonanza, something like that, on Las Vegas Boulevard and Sahara.
Yeah.
They've got a marquee up on the marquee, and I swear to you, you need to drive by there. And they just tell me people are drinking too much, or the heat is baking the brain here, or something like that. Right? On the marquee, it reads, if it's in stock, we have it.
Never noticed that.
I drove by the store 3 times. I know I didn't read what I just read. If it's in stock, we have it. You can just laugh in Las Vegas. I do so many jokes here, and I can talk about anything I want to talk about. And
has that always been your style, though?
My style is you have to grow into who you are. And like now, I'm still growing, and you grow every day. You'll always continue to grow. Something happens right now. We just had it doesn't matter, but we had the elections, and I met every candidate. Talk to the president. I talk to him I talk to the president every day.
You do?
Yeah, that's what I tell people. They don't have to know.
It's just the television, but
I do have a picture of me, the president, when he was running. I raised millions and millions of dollars.
You did?
Millions of dollars. He was so happy. He got carried away. He was hugging me and hugging me and hugging me, and I said, Mr. President, you need to back up and you need to back off. But he was just happy. He was hugging me. He was hugging me, had me so tight. He was singing, I'm so in love with you.
Yes, that's you started
But
it.
I just, the news, listen, if you can't, the news is just good. And living in Las Vegas and some of the things people do in Las Vegas, it's just a happy place to live and laugh.
Now, we talked to you before the show started, because I have this thing about, I do curse like a sailor at home a little bit, but I don't like to do it on stage.
Right.
And I don't like to do it on the show.
I never curse.
Yeah, okay, all right. But
I've never cursed in my life. I never, that's one thing.
wait a minute.
I know what the hell I'm doing.
Wait a minute. Let's roll the clip from 1970. I saw a clip. Nobody go look for this clip where you were in the beginning, in the 70s, kind of throwing around.
Well, in the 70s, when you start, you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
And your teachers are Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was my teacher.
Right.
So that's all you know. That's why Eddie Murphy curses a lot. Those were their mentors at the time.
Right.
And you thought that was the thing to do and curse. And it's still okay with me. Funny is funny.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if you curse as long as you're honest to the people, let the people know who you are. I don't curse because I don't use the F word. I'll use the D word every now and then.
Right.
But
the S word a little bit, but that's not.
I didn't tell the people. I didn't tell the people I used the S word. Now you had to go tell them. That was supposed to be a surprise for them. The S word is surprise.
Surprise. And only if it's in the script.
Sometimes I say people can say some stupid shit.
Yes. You get to say that.
Because people do all the time say stupid stuff. Not 2 weeks ago, a lady ran into the Flamingo. She said, "Oh, it's raining outside." And I'm going, "Well, where else the hell do you think it'd be raining?" That's why you come in and the people. But I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book called "People Can Say Some Stupid Stuff." Stuff. S-H-T-U-F-F. Yeah, stuff.
All right, when's that coming out?
Well, I have 2 books getting ready to come out. People say stupid stuff. People can say stupid stuff all the time. It just doesn't matter what it is. Simple things. I called Delta Airlines. I said I need a flight to Atlanta around noon. And the lady said, "Is that 12 noon?" I said, "No, that's 2 noon, you stupid heifer." So people say stupid. It doesn't matter where you go, people say stupid.
Yeah.
I did a show at the Flamingo. Sometimes I sit down because I don't know what I'm going to do. Everybody else is sitting down. I'm going, "What the hell am I standing up?" You know? So when I walked out into the casino, the lady said to me, "Ooh, Mr. Wallace, you're much taller standing up." It's just stupid stuff like that, you know?
That is really stupid.
You can go down, and every day I learn something where people say stupid things, and I just write it down. I said, "That's enough."
And are you Mr. Technical Guy? Do you put it in notes on your phone, or do you have a pen and a little pen?
I have a notes on my phone. I have it on matches. I have matchbook covers. I got it on napkins. I got it everywhere. And you go to my house now, I have a problem with paperwork. I got paperwork and all over the place, and I don't know how to do that. And, you know, it's just like, you're my buddy Seinfeld.
Yes.
As neat and as meticulous as you can get. Most people will throw away a orange juice carton. Let's just drop a kind of orange juice carton. He doesn't do that. He will fold it down, fold it up, fold it, and by the time he finishes with it, it's about that big. My carton is just on the floor, over by the garbage can, not in the.
So how did you room with him, the Odd Couple, right?
Well, it was definitely the Odd Couple. I was actually afraid for him to come home. I would have to make sure everything is clean before he come home. Yes.
But not in your room, not behind that one closed door.
Well, when we lived in New York City, we had a studio. It was not in no one room.
Boy.
It's like the new kids today; they go to their own room. When I grew up, we had our own room with 5 or 6 of us in there, but we had our own room. Yeah.
So I read something about that. You actually got a job early on writing for Red Fox.
I wrote the Red Fox show for a year, and I thought that was wonderful because it was a blessing. When I grew up, I had Red Fox, I had Red Buttons, I had Red Skelton, and Pinky Lee. Can you believe that? All people of color.
Yes.
But so that's how I started comedy back at the time, and like I say, and Judge Pete Meek Markham. Some of these people don't know, you know, and Dean Martin. That's when I really knew I wanted to be in show business. I went to the old MGM Grand once, and I had a seat on the stage, and Dean Martin's drink was on my table.
Oh, really?
And he said, "Can I have a little drink of poo there? You drink a little poo, you take the drink. When the moon hits the sky." I thought he was wonderful. And he was dressed up. He had the socks at the time when they used to call thick and thin socks. You know, when they used to look like people used to dress up. And I used to go, "Oh,
almost like nylon."
Yeah, almost like nylon. They were stockings. They were men's stockings. That's what they were. And I looked at him and I said, "Oh my God, he's dressed so." And back in the day, everybody would really, really dress.
Yeah,
and
the glamorous time.
He didn't do a damn thing for 1.5 hours. He had Ken on the piano and they played around. He says, "I'm going to do that. I got to do that." You know, Bill Cosby, another one, does nothing for 2 hours. I'll go out on stage now and I tell people I have the greatest job in the world. Only have to work 1 hour. and then I'm done.
That's right.
And I sit out on stage, and that 1 hour goes by so fast. I wind up doing an hour and a half every night just because I don't do anything. It's my sex, it's my drugs. I have the greatest job in the world. I am the most blessed person you have ever met. And people that work hard and just go out.
Hate their jobs.
And I teach people that too. When I'm on radio, sometimes I'm syndicated with the Tom Jordan Morning Show, 110 markets across America. If you hate your job, quit, turn around, and go back home right now. But I tell them, always have a plan B. Don't you just turn around, don't have anywhere else to go because you need money.
Yeah, I don't mean literally quit your job. I mean, get ready.
But it's a blessing to be able to do what you do for a living. And I think some of us entertainers just love it. It gives us no
Absolutely.
joy.
Makes us tick.
It does. You're up there singing. And when I see happy people, it makes me happier.
Absolutely.
And I'm blessed that God gives me, when I wake up every morning, there's always a pen to write down something stupid somebody said or somebody did.
Do you go and give talks like this? You should. You should go around giving speeches and positive, motivational.
I would love to do motivational speaking because I speak to all of the young people now. I teach the young people now, travel while you're young. As soon as you get out of school, travel while you're young. Charge it to your parents. Get on an airplane. Listen, it's so important. Kids. Get on an airplane, go to another country, see how other people live. Because young people, I teach young people, nobody teaches young people this but me. Life is backwards. Did you know that?
No,
Life is backwards.
I'm figuring it out.
You ever hear old people when they say, when I turn 65, I'm going to retire and travel all over the world. And I'm thinking, for what? You too damn old.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing.
Everything hurts. You can't even get off the plane.
And they have to be in bed by 6:30.
That's right.
I see old people in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris all the time, just looking up. But I teach young people that. And you know why I teach young people to travel while they're young?
Why?
Because you have fun while you're young. You meet other young, beautiful people. There's so many beautiful people around the world, and you can just love, have parties. And I teach people, you give me 10 kids today. You give me 10 kids from Africa, 10 kids from Buenos Aires, Argentina, 10 kids from Shanghai, China. Give me 10 kids from Cleveland, Ohio, and 10 kids from, name some other place. England, London, England. Give them a keg of beer and a boom box. Let me go away 1 hour. When I come back, what's going on? There's a party.
That's right.
There's a party going on. You hear what I'm saying? Old people are mean. You think of it, let me ask you, I swear to you, I'm not saying this for laughter. Who start wars? Old rich men. Cantankerous. Old rich men. Yes. And that's why I think, sometimes I think if I'm ever in charge of this country, I think even today, I think everybody in Congress should get out.
Yeah.
And you know who I think should be in Congress?
Who should be in Congress?
Who should be in Congress? You. It'd be just like jury duty. What are you doing year after next? You go into jury duty, and we would get something done. You want to know why? Because 4 o'clock, we're going home. And I was thinking about it. Listen, does this sound stupid or not? But it's the truth, because some of those guys, they have jobs in Congress, they get the same money the rest of their life. Do you know they get paid the rest of their life the same money?
No, I didn't know. All the way to the end.
All the way to the end. They get insurance. I can't believe somebody's working for me that I'm paying. They get the best insurance in the world, and then they don't want you to have it.
Exactly.
That's some BS right there. I curse that time.
You can say it this time.
Yeah. And I just think that some of those people is just, if we were there, and like they passed a law in the state of Washington, and they passed a law in Colorado about smoking marijuana. I don't do drugs, okay? I did drugs one time. I did X-Lax Flintstone vitamins at the same time. I never saw so much yabba dabba doo doo in my life. But I think passing that law, there's something wrong with Kenny. There's something wrong with him.
He's a mess, that kid.
I want to meet his parents. His parents got to be about as crazy as he is. Now, I think they passed that law in Washington, in Washington State, and they should pass a law in Washington, D.C., where you could smoke marijuana.
There you go.
Pass around Congress, and I guarantee you they get some work done.
Change the world with
they
that.
Smoke their... Go ahead and put my name on there right there. Even President Barack Obama, he'd have some of that Jamaican stuff. I raised the taxes, but I did not touch Obamacare. So I think... you
actually were thinking about running for mayor of our town here
Well, I was running for mayor one time because when I was kind of ticked off at Las Vegas because of some things ticked me off. I love this city, but they do some stupid things in the city. Yeah. They got a thing here called the monorail. Who in the hell put that monorail on the back of the street back there where nobody is? It should be going right down. How beautiful would that be? That's a beautiful monorail going down the center strip of Las Vegas Boulevard, all the way from the airport. Wouldn't that be nice?
What were they thinking?
They were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking. They were not thinking. But now the train is it's not a failure, but it's not making any money.
Is
so
it
if
really?
it's not making any
running?
money, that means it's a failure, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, okay, but it should have been in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that
Makes
we
sense.
could just.
Makes
and
a lot more
the
sense.
traffic lights are too long here. You ever stood at a traffic light in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Last week I did my taxes, sitting there waiting. No, it is too long.
It is. Oh, yeah.
I live in New York City, and everybody lives everywhere. And you go and you could actually sit at a light almost 3 minutes here. It's just too long, and you're ready to go. and people are running, and I hate to say this, but people are running red lights here too much.
Is that so?
And now I'm trying to make a practice. If I can see yellow, I can stop.
Yeah.
If I can see yellow, I can stop, because there's just too many crazy people driving in Las Vegas. Okay.
Tell Clint that. Tell him it's okay when I tell him to stop at a yellow light.
You can't tell him. It's got to be in his head, because if you tell him, he's already in the yellow light. He's already in the
you're right. You're right. It's too abrupt.
Yeah. So I know you know Clint very well, but don't ever do that while he's driving.
Oh, no. You chose his side.
Well, I know him for a long time. He will put your ass in the trunk. Listen to me. I know your husband many. I might have known him before you met him.
Well, he said to me when I tell him how to drive from the passenger seat, he says, "Let me tell you something. I've been driving since before you were born." Yeah, baby.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. My mom said to my dad one time, I never will forget. It was a foggy day. It was foggy. My mom said, "Man, will you slow down and stop driving so fast? You shut up. Who's driving this car, me or you?" Bam!
See, that's what I'm trying to help, baby. I'm just trying to help.
Ran into another car.
Okay, we haven't been to your show in a little while. Now, when we were there, sometimes you have a special guest. Are you still doing that? Or?
Vegas has gotten so. You know what I love about my show in Vegas is Vegas like it used to be. Clint grew up that way. You never know who's going to stop in. You know, you mentioned the guy Earl Turner.
Yeah.
That you guys with. He came in the other night. Oh, he was the worst. Let me tell you something. He thinks he can sing, but he can't sing, okay? Earl Turner, and I hope he's watching. And I know his wife, Christine, and she can't sing either. She can, she follows him everywhere. No, but he turned it. You know how good Earl, how good Earl and Clint are. With these two guys, they're really great. That's why I can say that in front of their face. You know, they talk about me like a dog behind my back too. So I was looking at. But you know, the 3 weeks before he passed away, Dick Clark came by the show. Aretha Franklin stopped by the show. Chris Tucker, Jerry Seinfeld's all. It's Vegas like it used to be, and I never know who's going to show up in the audience. And let me tell you who the greatest. He's not the greatest, but he's one of the best people I've ever met in my life, and he's my real good friend, and I don't even know him that well. Joel Osteen. Do you know Joel Osteen?
Yes.
The minister.
Pastor Joel.
Pastor Joel. It was the one.
Yes.
Now that's a comedian. He can tell a joke.
He's got some timing, doesn't he?
Oh, my God. He told a joke. He said a little boy turned 16 years old. He told his daddy, "Daddy, I turned 16 today, got my driver's license, I'd like to use the family car." His father was a minister. He said, "Son, I know you want to use that family car, but I think we have other priorities." He said, "Son, number one, you need to improve your grades." He said, "Son, number two, me being a minister, be very nice if you were to start reading the Bible. And son, number three, you need to get a haircut." 6 months went by, the little boy came back to his dad. He says, "Dad, I love you, try to obey you, try to do everything you ask me to do. You asked me to improve my grades. I studied hard, but Dad, here's my report card. Did much better this time. Look at that. I want to thank you for that." He said, "Dad, you being a minister, making me read that Bible, you have no idea how grateful I am. You made me read the Bible. I read the Bible." But he said, "Daddy, do you know when I read the Bible, do you know I read that Samson had long hair?" He said, "Daddy, thank you again. I kept reading the Bible. I even read that Moses had long hair." He said, "Daddy, you know what? I love you." And I read that whole Bible. He said, "Dad, do you know when I finished reading the whole Bible, do you know I read that even Jesus had long hair?" And his daddy looked him right in the eye and said, "And if you noticed, everywhere they went, they walked."
And that that note, I want to say thank you to George Wallace.
I want to say thank you
being
too.
the greatest.
And
Thank
stop
you.
by the Flamingo and say hello. I'm at the Flamingo every night. And it's
Tuesday
just
through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday, and we have nothing but fun. And it's a good time. And I have a good time by myself. I don't care. And you know, laughter is contagious. You know,
It's a healer.
It's good. It's healing. Laughter
Yes.
is healing. So, and when you go out to have a good time, people are not going to let you have fun alone. And it's just good. People are coming back 12 and 13 times. That's why I have to keep changing this material.
You got so much material.
It's good to
every
change.
day.
It's good to change material and put in new material. It's so good, you know.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you so much. And something good is going to happen to you,
Thank
whether
you.
you like it or not.
Thank you.
Thank you so
George Wallace,
I'm
ladies and
George
gentlemen.
Wallace.
Science News. George
And
Wallace.
that's my favorite song.
That's your favorite song, Bow Tie Daddy.
Favorite song.
Let's sing it out. Like a fool. What key are you in?
And that your love's still strong. Ooh, baby, here I am. Silence is the limit. I'm yours.
Oh, yeah.
Then that time when I say goodbye.
Sharpie.
Now